Hello everybody. A few weeks ago I volunteered at a 12-hour ultra run and decided to bring some soup. So it was a cornmeal, organic cornmeal soup with chia seeds and coconut milk with ginger. And it was pretty popular. It tasted okay. It was great fuel for ultramarathoners. But I had also brought small plastic bags with cubed and boiled organic potatoes. Those were very popular. Those were gone pretty quickly. So I thought, why not try to combine those two ideas into a soup that tastes better? So what I have here are red potatoes, yellow potatoes, as well as some sweet potato. They're all organic. This way I can use the skin. But first, I'm going to get the cornmeal going. There's a little bit of a trick towards doing this properly. And what needs to happen is I'm going to mix the cornmeal with an equal amount of cold water. So that was 1 cup of cornmeal, adding 1 cup of cold water. That simply gets stirred completely. And then this mixture slowly is added to boiling water. And for this recipe, that'll be 5 cups. Actually, I'm going to use 2 cups of coconut milk along with 3 cups of water. That coconut milk's going to add a nice, rich, almost buttery flavor to the soup. So with 3 cups of water, 2 cups of coconut milk, that's going to be a 5-to-1 ratio of liquid to cornmeal. Okay, the coconut milk and water was just boiling a second ago. Slowly mix in the cornmeal. Right now is also a good time to add in some chia seeds. You want to whisk those in so they don't clump together. It's a pretty random amount. I'm going to put quite a few in. You can never have too many chia seeds. Well, I guess you could. And then this is also a good point for adding some ginger. I've got ginger paste. I'm going to go relatively light on the ginger paste. Can always add more later, but this stuff has a pretty pungent taste to it. There we have the basic cornmeal mix with chia seeds and ginger. This is going to need to simmer at a pretty hot pretty hot simmer for about 15 minutes. Next, it's time to prep the potatoes to be simply boiled. And you can see here, I'm cutting them pretty small because I want to keep the skin on. So I want those bites of skin to be pretty small in the soup. Sweet potatoes taste pretty good raw. These are all extraordinary fuels for ultra runners. The ginger there is to help with any potential upset tummies. Okay, looks like I've got the proportion of potatoes to cornmeal about right, roughly 50-50. This is going to need to boil cubed this small. They should get softened up pretty quick. I want the potatoes completely softened and mashed to soften the harsh flavor of the cornmeal and the ginger. Ultra runners generally need quite a bit of extra salt. I've decided to add another can of coconut milk to this recipe. So before I mash these, in that goes. Okay, working on getting this stuff all mashed together. The idea here being to prep this in advance and then take it to an aid station at an ultramarathon to feed to the runners on their break. But if this is good enough for 100-mile or whatever ultra distance runners, it's probably good enough for just about anybody else too. Okay, mashed potatoes. What started out as only 1 cup of cornmeal has turned into a big heavy pot of soup. And that would pretty much fill up a small or medium-sized crock pot at an ultra aid station. I'll end up freezing a lot of this in smaller containers. It'll probably take me about a month to eat this. I hope my wife likes it. The other thing about using this at an aid station is generally you're going to want to serve it in small cups so that the runners can just drink it. This is a little too thick right now, so I'm going to add more water into it before giving it a taste test. Okay, taste test time. That's much better than my last batch. The potatoes did the trick. I'll need to add just a little more salt, but this is so good.